Brothers and sisters, peace is a choice. Unfortunately, we forget that. Unfortunately, we may not realize that as quickly as we live in a society filled with comparison, jealousy, and self-satisfaction. There's a growing tension and expectation that drives the many to fail in endurance and be driven by what we're able to observe and accomplish. This would not be bad if it was totally in cooperation with what God wants. However, God does not want his sons and daughters to be filled with anxiety. Recent Center for Disease Control statistics mention that 12.5% of adults 18 above experience regular feelings of worry, nervousness, or anxiety. 5% have regular feelings of depression. Nearly 50,000 deaths in 2022 were from suicide. And the number of visits to the doctor's office with the primary diagnosis of depression was 15 million. You might say, what if these are natural? And how can I control what I feel? However, there is a 13% increase in mental health disorders in the last 10 years. You know what else has increased? The prevalence of social media. Not all of it is bad, but it focuses on what we have, or the perfect life. Children are born and raised in less stable families, often based in narcissistic tendencies, and the quick fix is embraced rather than perseverance. Friends, our priorities as human beings are becoming confused. We want to control every single thing and do so based upon our own standards. However, our standards are not perfect. It does not consider all the possibilities that life brings, rather remains stuck on what life may not bring, something our mind obsesses about. Nonetheless, in the incarnation, Jesus becomes man and enters into our trials and tribulations, giving us the option of intentionally following him. And that is something the evil one cannot take away from you. It is something that society cannot take away from you. But to defeat anxiety, you must be able to ask the following: what does God want? Without this question, we are led by our own strength. We are led, or instead of being led by faith, or instead of being led by hope and love, the things that remind us of God's presence. Friends, the first reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah today foresees the future restoration of the people of Israel for when they return to their homeland. Jeremiah's prophecies are hopeless, but this reading provides a more positive future as it focuses on the marginalized and the vulnerable. And this future restoration will be in ways beyond all imagination. You and I now know that to be limited to a certain people, it is not limited to a certain people. However, this glory, this prophecy includes you and me, people who are about to find healing and restoration in the sonship of God, if only we keep our hearts open. In short, friends, God's salvation is open to those who desire it. Therefore, I ask, if you were to build your ideal real-life priest, how would this person look like? You'd probably like to build someone that can relate with you, someone who understands you, someone who loves you, and someone who appreciates the work that you do. You'd probably build someone who you can talk to when you have problems. You would probably build a leader one who always knows the right thing to do and is wise to know what he should not do. You'd probably build someone who knows how to smile and won't frown at you, nor be mean to you in any way. And this person would probably not keep you awake on Sundays instead of allowing you to sleep during the homily, right? Friends, to sum up all descriptions, you'd want him to know you uniquely. And guess what? This person does exist. Brothers and sisters, this person is Jesus Christ. Friends, it is him you seek. It is him that is revealed in every single good deed and action. He is God, and he leads you to himself, where you will be understood, where you will be loved, where you will be cherished, admired, praised, and lifted up. There is no one on earth that can make you feel more secure than Jesus Christ himself. He does this simply because he is the only one that knows you perfectly. For this reason, friends, the priesthood of Christ is forevermore, because God seeks to accompany you forever. He will never leave you stranded. However, he understands your weakness and patiently awaits for you to come right back. Therefore, if your faith is really in Jesus Christ, you will never be lacking. You will have absolutely no need to be anxious, because you know that the one who loves you will take good care of you. But why do you and I get stuck with the temporary pains of the world as if all we have ever felt is sorrow? All of us know how to laugh. All of us know how to smile. All of us have done so even in the worst times. And that sentiment or feeling does not come from brokenness. It comes from a place of hope, actually, even if that hope is experienced for a moment. We forget the peace of Christ because we allow the disease, the poverty, the bad grade, the bad decisions, the unfortunate circumstance to define our life and to qualify our existence, when in fact we were already good from the very moment of our conception, created to bring joy and goodness to the world with a purpose. Brothers and sisters, that purpose only comes from God. For this reason, a blind man can dare to shout out for what his soul desires, because he knows his purpose is not to satisfy the crowd that does not like him or react to the ones who don't want him to approach Jesus. His will was united to the one who could actually do something about his condition. Dare I ask you, friends, what do you desire? Do you desire what you cannot obtain? Or do you desire what you should not obtain? The Lord is inviting you to follow him, to follow the fulfillment of all your hopes, dreams, desires, expectations, and needs. Because following the Lord will never, ever leave you abandoned, nor in distress, as other beings will leave you. Usually, we're the ones that abandon the Lord after he shows up through the successes and laughter and family and etc. True blessings in life, for sure. However, true discipleship, real discipleship, is following what we do have and what cannot be taken away from you and me. Friends, the previous things can go in a heartbeat. Friends, families, things that we can touch. However, Jesus, who is truly yours, will never, ever go away. Choose him and make Jesus your priority.